Babashka is a really great relief when it comes to write bash scripts, because you can write your scripts then in Clojure, and the script I'm going to write here is a little helper script that I need for myself, because every time I record a video like this one, I do it with OBS, and the bitrate then is pretty high, so you have to convert it afterwards to bring it down to a decent file size. So I've just created here in the path one ffmpeg-small file, so there I'm going to write my script. And to be honest, I always have to look up here the hashbang syntax for babashka. So then yeah, we can start by just so you notice, okay, there's no par-edit, but we can just first of all enable the clojure mode, and then also the par edit mode. So now it's a little bit more convenient. So I'm just going to print something, and then of course I need to make the file executable. So when I'm calling this, yeah, it just prints out this one, and with babashka, besides the README here, there's also the excellent babashka book, and here, for example, you can also read how to get the command line arguments. So I'm just going to print them out, and I imagine to call this util like, yeah, okay, I have some MP4 file, and it should convert it and convert it then to a file like some small MP4. And yeah, just let's print out the command line arguments. Okay, you see here that's just a list of the command line arguments, so I can just say, okay, my input file name is the first thing here. Let's just print it out, okay. And you notice I didn't even have to start a REPL, or babashka has also an excellent REPL, but for writing small scripts, this is yeah, super fine. Yeah, and normally then we like to call ffmpeg. So first let's prepare the command. So as I said, the file should be then something like some small MP4, and then I'm just going to use clojure.string, and here it's really great that you can just leverage your knowledge of Clojure and doesn't have to look up all the bash functions to do the same stuff. So just let's print out input file name, and yeah, just for this small example and the very specific use case, I will just assume that the stuff is always MP4, the extension, and I like to replace this with small.mp4. So yeah, of course this doesn't work, but yeah, then the file name is already right. And let's say it's the output file name, and yeah, let's assemble the command. So the way we like to invoke ffmpeg. So that's pretty straightforward, but yeah, definitely you can imagine it. You can extend it with everything you like. So that's the input file name, and it should just do this, write this to the output file name, and yeah, let's just print this command out. Yeah, and babashka, there's a library called babashka process. You can also use this, but there's even more convenient method. You can also read about it in the babashka book, and that's under babashka.tasks. And the thing is called shell, and this will just invoke the command. Just have to say, okay, it has some var arguments, so we just going to call babashka task shell with the command line, and that should be it. Of course, some file doesn't exist, but I have here one file that I like to convert. Let's look at the file size. Okay, 18 megabytes, pretty large, so I would just call ffmpeg-small with this one. Yeah, and there the great thing is also that babashka process, or here babashka tasks shell, it's built in this way that it inherits the standard arrow and then stream, and that's where ffmpeg prints all the information, and that's why we also see here the nice progress. And yeah, let's take a look at the output files. Yeah, and it's, yeah, it was 1.5 megabytes, way smaller.